Why do you think that the left have so much contempt for the working class?
Because it's a lot easier to train a smart dog than a dumb dog. And in general, so educated college university people are much more easily manipulated by the media, much more subservient by the media because they've been spent all these years training. Whereas people who are intelligent but uneducated, like the working class, are much more skeptical. If you're in a factory and your boss is telling you how you're all a big family, blah blah blah, you're like, sure thing, boss, and you go to your boys and you roll your eyes because he's telling you what you wants to hear. But if you're in management, you might start to believe it. So I think this kind of two paths to perception is a big part of it.
That is interesting.
I don't think the working man correctly believes that the media regards them with respect, to put it mildly.
Well, the media definitely not.
Right. And if you have the media and labor saying largely the same things, and this population thinks you're a jerk and a horrible person, well, you're agreeing with everything else. I would bet that you're saying these things behind closed doors, and they're probably right.
That's a really interesting insight, that the vehicle which used to be prized, or still perhaps is prized, as the delivery mechanism for a lot of the talking points from politicians, the normal working class view, their interpretation of that industry at large, is perhaps becoming so jaded that even the association with it is now tarnishing any potential messages which it was. This is like being judge, jury, and executioner of yourself. You're kind of hamstrung by your own situation.
Yeah, and it's as simple just about putting food on the table. This is what happened in 1978 when Thatcher was head of the Tories, and she hired Saatchi and Saatchi, and they had a brilliant ad campaign with all the welfare cues, and the slogan simply was "Labor isn't working." I mean, just a brilliant turn of phrase. And at a certain point, democracy. This is the best thing you could say about democracy. There's this inarticulate, like, okay, if there are these two choices, and this one isn't working, and I have two alternatives, it's not a hard choice. I'm at the very least going to at least try this other one, no matter what you tell me about this woman, because as things stand now, this is not working for me. Now, it's very easy to make the argument that she was very bad for the working class, the miners, so on and so forth, and that's a big argument to be had. But in terms of, feeling this connection as a working man and the powers that be, I mean, the Tories exploited this very well in 78, and obviously that led to her election in 79.
What do you think of the relationship between the left and the working class in America?
Oh, it's being gloriously bifurcated, and there is a increasing. I don't think people in Britain understand, and I, as someone who's knee deep in this world, have trouble understanding how radicalized and how quickly the working class is in the States. And I had this tweet, and I said this on Rogan, that if they started putting up guillotines, corporate journalists would be tripping over themselves to make fun of how dull the blades are. I think there is.
What's that mean?
Meaning, like, they don't realize that they're playing with fire, that these people are really being very radicalized in very dangerous ways, that they feel correctly that the corporate media is their enemy. Now, when you regard someone as your enemy, my result is I don't want to talk to them, I don't want to deal with them. But it's very dangerous when a lot of people identify another group as the enemy, and someone's going to get ideas, and that is something I'm very, very concerned about, something I'm warning against. But they're sitting in their offices, well, now in their homes, thanks to COVID, and are like, ha ha ha, look at these idiots, putting up these gallows. It's like, you guys, if you talk, and the left knows this historically, when you marginalize a person or a group and they have nothing to lose, and you keep poking them, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to blow up in ways no one wants, and I'm very, very concerned about this.
What do you think happens? Roll the clock forward.
I don't even want to speculate, because this is the kind of thing where it's like tinderboxes, like you light that match and violence sings its own song. And I am desperately hoping we do not reach that point.
Thank you very much for tuning in. If you enjoyed that, then press here for the full, unedited episode. And don't forget to subscribe. It makes me very happy indeed. Peace.